What's up guys, Rhino here and welcome to my latest FIFA 19 video. This is going to be guys a video for the final FUTMAS SBC players, so the final set which here are going to be releasing. Now that's in terms of what we know so far, I should say. I mean, I can't really sort of say it's for definite, but from what we have been told, it does end on the 24th, but FUTMAS in general does continue on to the 31st. So I don't know if there may be more things coming out in terms of player SBCs until then. But from what we know so far, guys, this is the final day of players. Just quickly before I do jump into the rest of the video, guys, just because, I mean, by the time this video does get out, it probably will pretty much be about that time. So I just want to wish you guys all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Just want to say thank you as well for all the support on the channel, just pretty much over the course of the year, really. I mean, as much as I haven't really been doing FIFA content for that much of 2018, you know, all the support that you have given me over the few months I have been doing it has been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, and I wish you all the best in the new year, and hopefully this will be the next up and coming year will be a really big one for the channel, hopefully. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, have a good Christmas, guys. I mean, it's only a couple of hours away, really, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get any videos out for you guys tomorrow, so that's why I wanted to kind of get that in this particular one. I'm quite excited, to be honest. It should be good. But here's what we're actually here for anyway. Now, they've released 3 again, of course. So we've got Jerome Boateng, which is an 88 rated centre-back, +2 on his standard base card. I absolutely love his base card. He's in my team, which, you know, my FUT Champs team, which I've managed to go Gold 1 2 weekends in a row now. So he's absolutely superb. There is a Danjiel Subasic, which is an 85 rated card, which just, it's one of those ones I don't really understand why they brought it out, to be honest. I mean, there's absolutely no kind of demand for a goalkeeper, especially a goalkeeper that nobody uses. Nobody uses his base card, so I don't really understand that one. And then the big one is a Kevin De Bruyne, a 93 rated Kevin De Bruyne, which is, I mean, that card is a joke. I mean, the stats are just next level. There's not many 93 rated cards out there that, you know, you could just get on SBC. But the one thing, guys, I would say is crazy expensive. I can't afford it. I know that. It's not the sort of card that I imagine like a lot of the community could afford. It's only going to be the people that have had like really good pack luck or really good traders, or, you know, just like top players who've got a lot of coins, like huge amounts of coins to burn. He costs at least like 400k, at least 400k. That's sort of figure I could put on it. I don't know the price of Subasic. I can't imagine it's much. It's probably only like 50k. Depends on like the requirements, really. I mean, you need a 78 rated squad. So, in fairness, for what that would cost, is probably actually a decent card to do. Actually, that is probably a decent card to do. I might have a look at how much that does cost, just in my own time. Possibly get it done just as like an SBC card, maybe. But what we're actually here for is going to be Jerome Boateng. So as I said, I really like his base card, so I'm just going to go ahead and get his FUTMAS card done. Really, just a little upgrade on the team. I would say, guys, if you're just looking to do it, like in general, it's probably not worth it, to be honest. It costs a heck of a lot of money. Like, I'll try and figure out the amount, like the exact amount that's cost me, but it's certainly like at least 150k, probably like edging towards a 200k barrier for him. And on a centre back, it's not really that good. Like, I wouldn't really want to pay that in general, but just because it's an upgrade on my current team, it just feels a little bit stupid not to do it, especially because he might not get any informs or anything like that this year, so you never know what's coming around the corner. And I really love Neuer in goal. For me, out of all the goalkeepers I've used so far this year, he's easily the best. Let's bear in mind I haven't used De Gea, I haven't used Courtois yet, so, you know, my opinion could change, but Neuer's been the #1 for me. And obviously, you know, Boateng is a perfect link, so that's, you know, very, very good start. So can't really go wrong with that. But the requirements on this one, guys, you need at least 3 German players, at least 2 Bayern Munich players. You're only allowed 6 players from the same league. The big thing is you need at least 3 informs or 1 to watch cards. So it can be a mixture, it doesn't have to be 3 of each. It has to be an 85 rated squad again. 85 isn't too bad. I think if it was anything higher, I'd be a little bit kind of worried about sinking all my coins into it. But 85 isn't too bad. The way I went about this, guys, I went and had a look at what Bayern Munich players I had in my club. So apart from like, so I had Neuer, Alaba, and Boateng himself, but they're in my team, so I didn't want to put those in. So the next best ones were Sula, which is an 84 rated card, and also Javi Martinez, obviously 84 rated as well. So not too bad in terms of getting like the 85 rated requirement there. You know, you're going to need a couple of slightly higher rated players, as you can see I've got in this team, which is what is obviously forcing the price up a little bit, but not too bad a way to kind of start the squad off. And then after that, I had a look at what German players I had, and that was like literally just nothing. I had a few 83s, but I was like, you know what, I don't really want to kind of look at that. So then you move on to the next set, guys, and you just think, oh, okay, well, we got to get some informs or one to watches in. I basically had a little quick scan through the market at Bundesliga, just because, you know, it makes sense to try and link it with the Bayern Munich players. I did have a look at just informs in general, and to be honest, most of them are pretty similar prices to the Bundesliga ones anyway, probably only like a couple of K more. So just in terms of making it a little bit easier for yourselves, in terms of like achieving the chemistry, it's probably worth just going for Bundesliga ones. So I picked up Pavlenka in goal, who was an 84. I couldn't find anything above an 84. There was like a reasonable price. Now I don't know what the 85s cost, but everything I found was like 84 or lower, so I just kind of accepted that I'd have to probably go for slightly higher overalls on a few of the other positions. So I ended up going for Pavlenka in goal. He cost me 24k. I also bought Kramaric up front, which is about 26k nearly there, for another 84. Then I couldn't actually get any more because I ended up going for Kimmich in defence, just to help with the links really, because obviously he gets perfect link to Sula. And he's an 85. It costs like 19k. So I did have to end up then getting like my third inform had to be non-Bundesliga, because you're only allowed a max of 6 players from that league. So I ended up with like this kind of spine here, all Bundesliga, but I had this left side which needed filling, and the right mid, right wing position needed filling. It's quite an awkward formation as well, as I would say, to try and get this one done. Does make it quite difficult when you need players that are highly rated, when you need, you know, for me in my situation, I needed to find 2 right mids that were both highly rated, that were both linked, but were still, you know, like decent prices to pay. Not like, you know, I don't want to be going out and buying one that's like cheap because he's not very good in game, he's just got a good rating, but then the other one's like, oh, he's like insane on the pitch, so he's like 100k, and I'm not going to do that. And then obviously it's the same on the left side. I was like, I need to get a left wing and a left mid that could link, but obviously to the centre back as well. So in the end, what I did is I just kind of went through all the various leagues. I ended up taking out Asensio for 14k, 85 rated there. He gets a green link to Koke, who's also 85 rated. That's 13.5k for him. So they were quite good options. I'd probably recommend them, to be honest, guys. They're good choices. And also the Spanish link there to Javi Martinez works quite nicely. Jimenez already had in my club, which worked quite well, just linked to Koke, obviously on an 84, but because of the player which I've got right wing, it kind of works all right. I was a little bit disappointed to have to pay this much for this guy, but just because of the players which I had in my club personally, it's just like the way it just suited me best. I ended up picking up like Coutinho. It's like 50k. Now, most 88 rated cards are going to cost around about 42, 43k anyway. Like most of them are quite a bit. I'd say like about 40k. So I don't mind spending just that a little bit more, just to make it a little bit easier for myself. And to be honest, like no matter what, like I said to you guys, this is not exactly going to be great value for money, this SBC. I wouldn't really recommend it if you're looking for doing something that is value for money. It's just a personal thing for me, and I really enjoy Boateng, so I was like, you know what, it'd be stupid not to go out there and get him. And obviously it shows you guys obviously how to get it done, and just talks through some of the other ones as well. So I thought it'd just be worth it really, just to spend that a little bit extra on that particular player. He is playing right wing instead of left wing, just because he gets a link. It was the only way I could do it. I ended up having one to watch Malcolm, who cost 23k as the final special player in the team. Perfect link between those two, which works well. And in the end, it gets the 85 rating, guys, and also it gets 84 chemistry. Now, I've got Muller as a cam. If you don't have him, if you have him just like a centre forward as he comes out of packs, it doesn't actually get the chemistry, so you do have to just change him down, and it's amazing how just one little position change affects the chemistry massively. Like it literally boosts it by about 5 or 6. So yeah, not exactly like too expensive just to like throw one of those on. Really, it's definitely worth it. You know, and you've got the option as well, if you were slightly just off chemistry with some of the other players, I could have changed like having Martinez into centre mid, or Muller even further into centre mid, so there's always that option. Obviously got Kimmich who's slightly out of position, which didn't really help too much, but it does get the job done. Now, if we just look at how much it costs in total, guys, I mean, it's going to be scary figures. I mean, I've pretty much sunk all my coins on this, I have to say, like, and I would say I've fallen victim to it, to be honest. Like, I never liked to do it, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's a virtual currency, isn't it, guys? I mean, it's not like, if this was real money, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be this stupid. It's a virtual currency, and you know what? FIFA 19 will be over before you know it. FIFA 20 will be around the corner. Everybody's accounts will get reset, and you know what? You may as well just enjoy the players while you can, and just try and get try out as many players as possible, really. And that's why I'm doing it. I just want to try out as many players, and I want to get to the end of the season to be able to look at my club and be like, you know, look at that, what a collection we've got going on. But yeah, 24k. So yeah, like that's about 43k in total. 66k, 86k, about 100k then after you put Koke in, 150 if you add in Coutinho, 175 if you add in Kramaric. So yeah, it's cost me like 190k, which is about what it was estimated to be honest. I've looked at a few sites, they said about 185, 190k, so it's ended up costing me pretty much what I thought. But if anything, probably a little bit more, because obviously I've thrown in some untradables I already had, or first owner players I should say. So if anything, I've probably done it a little bit over the odds, really, to be honest, guys. But that's just kind of what suited me personally. That was just the easiest and most kind of practical way for me to get it done in a short space of time. So we'll go ahead and just submit that. Probably a little bit of a foolish decision, as I say. I wouldn't go ahead and copy that squad completely. Just go by what you've got in your club, guys. You know, I'm sure you probably got the odd Bayern Munich or German player in your club. There's plenty of high-rated Germans out there as well that aren't even like Bundesliga. Like Ozil's one that kind of springs to mind. Gundogan as well, actually. I know he's only an 84, but he's not a bad player. So there's a few players out there, guys, that you can put there as options for sure. But here he is, Boateng. It's coming out, same animation as the rest of them. That is going to be the final FUTMAS player, I think, that we're going to be doing, guys, this year. Unless someone else comes out, like I said, unless someone else comes out over the next week or so, I've no idea what EA have got planned for this, so we'll have to kind of hang tight and see what happens. But that might be the last one, and to be honest, it's probably the biggest one. It's the biggest amount of coins I've had to spend. It wasn't looking too bad, actually, over FUTMAS. I kind of, everything I'd spent, I kind of recouped, but I'm going to struggle to get this money back, I have to say. But it is what it is, guys. That's his stats. I'm not really going to go into too much detail on that because it's not, you know, centre-backs you can't really talk too much. You know, you just got the classic, you know, like all the defending stats, all the physical stats, things like that. Good composure, whatever. Good shot power, actually. He's quite quick, but can't really get too much detail. He's 6'4", medium work rates, which is not perfect, but it's been absolutely fine for me when I've used him. 4-star weak foot, which is pretty nice as well. So there he is, guys, and that is going to be the end of this particular video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If it's quite useful, if so, then feel free to leave a like, comment to let me know what you think about that SBC, what you think about some of the other ones as well. Like I said, I might do Subasic just sort of like off camera if it is really cheap. I'll do a little bit more research into that. I don't want to kind of waste your time doing that now, so I will kind of look at that in my own time. Certainly I won't be doing De Bruyne because he is crazy amounts of money. But yeah, let me know what you think about that, guys. Obviously you can subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, things like that. The links to that is in the description below. That is it from me, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you have a really good Christmas and Happy New Year, and I will see you in the next one.